Lesson 24, Proportions. Example 1. The ratio of the length of the actual height of a person to the length of the shadow cast by the person is 1 to 3. At the same time, a lighthouse casts a shadow that is 36 meters long. What should the height of the lighthouse be? The first thing we're going to do is write a ratio comparing the height of a person to the shadow length. And from the word problem, we get the height of the person to the length of the shadow being a ratio of 1 to 3. We're going to set up a proportion and we're going to let x represent the height of the lighthouse. Since the height of the person is on top, we're going to let the height of the lighthouse be on top as well. So our proportion should be 1 over 3 equals x over 36. Again, the heights of the people are on top and the lengths of the shadows are on the bottom. We solve this by putting a line down the middle and then cross multiplying. So we should get 36 times 1 equals 3 times x. 36 times 1 is 3, and 3 times x is 3x. We're going to try to get the x by itself, so we have to get rid of the 3. We do this by dividing both sides by 3. 36 divided by 3 is 12, and 3x divided by 3 is x. So we get x equals 12. So the height of the lighthouse is going to be 12 meters long. Example 2. Anna earns 85% on a test by answering 17 questions correctly. If each question was worth the same amount, how many questions were on the test? So we set up the proportion, 85 over 100, because percent means out of 100. And she scored 17 correct on the test, and n is going to be the total number of questions on the test is what we're trying to solve for. So the proportion should be 85 over 100 equals 17 over n. And remember, n is the total number of questions on the test. Next, we cross multiply. We get 85 times n and 100 times 17. That gets us 85n equals 1700. And then we have to divide both sides by 85. And that gets us n equals 20. So how many questions were on the test? 20 questions. Sentence frame 1, proportions. An equation that states that two ratios are equivalent is called a proportion. An example of this is blank equals blank. So in these two blanks, give me an example of a proportion, which are two ratios that are equivalent to each other. Sentence frame 2. In the proportion A over B equals C over D, the products A times D and B times C are called cross products. An example of cross products are blank times blank equals blank times blank. So in these four blanks, I want you to use the proportion on your first sentence frame and give me what you would get when you do the cross products.